In a future where Earth is falling apart, climate change and food shortages spiral out of control. Society begins to break down. Cities fall into chaos, filled with riots and protests, until the world completely collapses. A mission called the Ark is launched. 42 ships are sent to rescue 300,000 people and bring them to a new livable planet called New Earth in a far-off solar system. But the other 19 billion people are left to die with no chance to escape. A man named Noah isn't chosen, but his pregnant girlfriend Haley is. Wanting to stay together, they make a plan to sneak him onto the final ship. We stick to the plan.
We stick to the plan.
But the crowd turns violent. Guards push people apart. Haley is pulled through the gate, and Noah is left behind, stuck outside the barrier. Gunshots ring out as the crowd storms the entrance. The last ship launches without Noah on board. Haley is heartbroken that she and Noah got separated. She begs to leave the ship, but no one listens. Inside, she watches her father, Admiral Kieran, speak to the passengers.
I am Admiral Kieran Adams. Welcome to my home.
Haley stands silently, crying as she hears him speak. But then, she's shocked to see Noah forcing his way onto the ship.
Hi.
Suddenly, a man grabs Haley and brings her to Kieran. He tells the Admiral that he did his part by getting Haley on board, and now wants the ship he was promised. Kieran replies with a smirk. You're lucky to even be on this one. Wait, you gave me your word. Noah greets Kieran, but the Admiral glares at him and asks if he's the one who got his daughter pregnant before marriage. Haley jumps in and lies, saying Noah only helped her board the ship. Kieran, not knowing the truth, believes her. I guess I owe you. No, sir. As the trip begins, most of the passengers are put into cryosleep. Only a few crew, guards, engineers, medics, and janitors, stay awake. Noah, pretending to be a janitor, remains up and quietly says goodbye to Haley as she's frozen in stasis. The rest of the crew gets ready for the quantum jump. In the confusion, Noah accidentally sits in someone else's seat.
Get out of my seat.
He quickly moves to a different one as the ship prepares to jump. In a bright flash, the vessel rips through space. The ship reaches a new galaxy in seconds. But while only moments passed on board, more than 30 years went by on Earth. Everyone who stayed behind is now believed dead.
So 30 years passed on Earth?
Everybody on Earth is dead.
After the jump, the crew eats together. But things turn serious when the guards find a stowaway. They hit him with a taser and throw him out of the airlock. Commander Stanley reminds them there are 182 days left until they reach New Earth. Until then, he's in charge while Admiral Kieran stays in cryosleep.
Move!
That night, Noah finds his bunkmate is Clay, who quickly makes it clear he doesn't want friends.
Touch my stuff. Don't talk to me and do not snore.
The next morning, Noah sneaks away to see Haley in her stasis pod. As he talks to her, Clay's hologram appears.
You're late. Let's go. Chop chop.
I'm going.
Clay warns Noah not to test him, saying he's actually being nice. Then he sends Noah back to work. In the days that follow, Noah and the janitors stay busy cleaning and fixing things while the rest of the crew relaxes and plays games. Noah keeps visiting Haley during his free time and talks to her. One night, Noah sees Clay and another crewmate sneaking around with strange containers. Shortly after, an alarm goes off. Someone tried to enter the reactor room, which only Admiral Kieran can access.
Denied.
The Admiral has access to the reactor.
Only the Admiral can open the reactor. Commander Stanley checks it out. He hears odd sounds coming from above and points his gun, but sees nothing. Feeling uneasy, Stanley questions Noah to see if he knows anything.
Is anyone acting strange or messing with things they shouldn't mess with? You tell me, right?
Of course, sir.
If anyone's acting weird or messing with stuff they shouldn't, you'll tell me, right? Of course, sir. Noah truly doesn't know anything, and he keeps quiet about Clay. Stanley warns that rebel groups could try to sabotage the mission. He tells Noah to report anything suspicious. If you see anything strange, speak up.
You see anyone acting strange? You tell me.
After Stanley walks away, Clay shows up and asks what he wanted. Noah shrugs it off. Clay gives him a warning about a chemical. Be careful. This can melt your face.
To be careful, that shit'll melt your face.
Later, Noah walks into another room. He gets the sense something is watching him. Meanwhile, Shady is relaxing with a drink. He drops his bottle, and a small creature sneaks inside without him seeing. He takes another sip, but notices something tastes wrong. While refilling supplies, Noah spills a chemical called maxi-cell. It melts straight through a metal table, proving it's extremely dangerous. Shady begins feeling sick. He tries smoking with Blue, but the pain grows worse.
What do you mean call chambers?
Shady falls to the ground, screaming in pain. Blue rushes over to help him. For a moment, it works. Then Shady explodes, spraying blood all over the room. But it's not over. Something inside Shady lunges at Blue. Somewhere else, Noah finishes up his shift and goes looking for Clay. He finds him mixing strange chemicals with Maxi Cell. A flickering hologram startles Noah. Clay tells him to sit, but Noah panics and runs. He finds T and shouts,
What? Spit it out. Clay's making a fucking bomb.
Before they can react, Clay shows up. To Noah's surprise, T admits he's helping Clay. They grab Noah and lock him down. He tries to explain that he didn't see much, and says the commander already knows about rebels trying to stop the colony plan. If anything happens to me, Stanley's going to come looking.
And if anything happens to me, he's gonna go looking.
They make Noah drink something. It's just moonshine. Turns out Clay and his group are secretly brewing alcohol, not making bombs. If Stanley finds out, we're all getting court-martialed.
If Commander Stanley finds out, we are all looking at a court-martial.
Later, the crew throws a birthday party for Aura. Everyone drinks. Stanley eventually finds the booze. After the party, Clay shares his heartbreak, how the woman he loved ended up marrying his brother. He asks Noah what he wants to do on New Earth.
Butcher.
Elsewhere, Aura goes looking for Blue and finds him welding alone in a dark hallway. When he turns around, his face looks horrifying. Suddenly, he grabs her and slams her head into the wall. Meanwhile, Noah tries to hack into the ship's system to change his ID. Clay catches him and warns, "You've got 10 seconds before I call Stanley."
I'm giving you 10 seconds before I call Stanley. Look.
Noah admits he's the father of Admiral Kieran's baby. Clay laughs in disbelief. Before anything else can happen, Stanley's voice comes through the speakers.
Clay, goddammit, where are you?
Stanley has found Shady's body. Blue is missing. Aura is gone too. He suspects Blue, but Clay isn't sure. The crew starts searching the ship. Noah notices T staring at the locked reactor room, but T quickly looks away. Not long after, Clay discovers Aura's body and reports it. Noah then finds Blue welding the Admiral's door shut. He calls the others. They arrive, ready. Clay tries to talk Blue down, but Blue loses control and kills Shu. The crew quickly opens fire and kills Blue. In the infirmary, Susan starts an autopsy. Stanley locks down the crew. She notices that Blue's body is breaking down, as if it's being eaten from the inside. As she digs deeper, she finds all his organs are missing, replaced with a thick black sludge. Elsewhere, T uncovers missing security footage, showing what happened to Shady. Stanley decides to free Clay. The crew gathers as Susan explains that a parasite had taken over Blue and used his body. Worse, it's still somewhere on the ship. When they do a head count, they discover Noah is a stowaway. Stanley snaps,
Infect the crew! Then they need our guts while you sink the ship!
Clay stands up for Noah, but Stanley doesn't care. The crew figures out the parasite didn't form on the ship. It was brought aboard. Clay suggests waking Admiral Kieran, but Stanley refuses. The Admiral's room is locked. Just as they're about to eject Noah, T sees something terrifying. The bodies are missing.
Guys!
Suddenly, Blue, Ortega, and Shu rise and attack. Their weapons are useless. Susan grabs one and fights off the infected just long enough for everyone to escape. While running, they notice cryopods opening, something only Stanley has access to. That's when they realize the truth. Stanley is infected. Now fully mutated, Stanley commands a swarm of undead crew. Clay and the others hide in the moonshine room, hearing distant screams echo down the halls. But the infected soon find them. In desperation, Clay grabs a flamethrower and torches the attackers. But the flames trigger the suppression system, filling the room with thick mist. The infected vanish into the fog. Moving slowly, the group bumps into Lincoln, who joins them. Suddenly, another infected strikes. They shoot it, but a second grabs T and drags him off. Clay charges through the mist and rescues him as the others provide cover. Lincoln suggests heading to the escape pods, but they're far away. He tries alone and launches a pod, but an infected stowaway kills him mid-flight. Clay's group reaches the security bay, only to be ambushed by a hideously mutated Stanley. He grabs Clay with a long tongue until Noah arrives and shoots him. Together, they lock the door. Time passes. The infected pound on the door. The group starts to lose hope, but Noah won't quit. "I'm protecting my family." He notices the air ducts and climbs in, Clay helps him through a hologram. Take 2 lefts. Move fast, son. As Noah crawls, T finally confesses. He smuggled the parasite onto the ship. He's part of a rebel group that thinks humanity doesn't deserve to survive. Clay slams him into a wall. The infected sense Noah in the vents and reach up to grab him. He kicks them off and makes it to the Admiral's room. Without system access, he forces the cryo chamber open by hand. The team wakes Admiral Kieran and fills him in. T explains that the parasite might be older than the universe itself. Kieran wakes his elite squad and prepares to take charge. He realizes Noah is the one who got Haley pregnant. You're the father? Seriously. Clay steps in and calms everyone down. Kieran lowers his weapon and gets ready to fight. His team faces off as the infected attack the security bay. The battle starts strong, but the infected evolve. Total chaos follows. Blue chases Noah through the halls. T gets ripped apart. Blue corners Noah and starts beating him. Just before Blue finishes him off, Noah grabs some maxi-cell and throws it, instantly melting Blue. Noah stumbles back to the corridor and sees the battle is lost. Kieran, injured, says goodbye to Haley and sets off a bomb, wiping out the infected, at least for now. But then the severed body parts begin to twitch and come back together. The parasite uses Kieran's detached hand to access the reactor.
Access to reactor granted.
The ship begins to shake. The arrival at New Earth speeds up. The parasite now plans to wipe out humanity there. Out of options, the survivors turn their moonshine into weapons. They attack the infected with flamethrowers. More cryo-passengers wake up, already infected. Things get worse. Clay turns to Noah. Find Haley. Get to a pod. Noah runs, wakes Haley, and gives her a weapon. They meet up with Clay and Susan to escape. But before they reach safety, the mutated creature kills Susan and Clay. Noah and Haley keep going. With 15 days left, they fight off more zombies and reach the pod. Haley climbs in. Noah starts the launch, but the monster returns. Noah hits the creature with moonshine and triggers the fire suppression system. The mist fills the room. In the fog, the monster knocks him to the ground. He lands near the control panel, starts the countdown, and uses the last of the moonshine to kill the creature, revealing the parasite's true form. Noah dives into the pod. Suddenly, Clay's voice comes through the radio. He says goodbye and triggers the ship's self-destruct, sacrificing himself and destroying the parasite. Moments later, Noah and Haley land on New Earth. At first, it seems calm and beautiful. Then they spot a child, infected. Behind the child, a massive creature rises. Knowing the fight isn't over, Noah and Haley pick up their weapons. They're ready for what comes next.